Tonight's broadcast of The Big Ticket is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health, the Service Electric Network, and Toyota. 69 Sports presents The Big Ticket, the biggest high school football show in the region.
I'm Dan Mascaratolo, joined alongside Johnny Mangano. Let's go to the high school football season.
Let's do it, man.
Johnny,
Week 1.
We are back, and we are excited. Leading off with the defending District 11 6A champs from Easton, visiting CB West in an early season test. West's Josh George finds Leon Laffin open for the 14-yard touchdown. Bucks get a 2-point conversion. They lead 8-0 after 1. Final 3 minutes of the half, now 15-0. Xavier McGurn hits Amin Fadine in stride. 16-yard strike. Rovers on the board, down 15-7. Just 20 seconds later, West steals the momentum back. Finn Riley breaks loose. He won't go all the way, but he does pick up 48 yards, tackled at the Easton 11. 3 plays later, Braylon Cape finishes the drive with a 2-yard score. CB West leads 22-7. That was the score at halftime. Matt Senna and company graduated a lot of firepower from last year's team. We'll see how they reload here this season.
Yeah, CB West taking advantage of a defense that maybe wasn't up to snuff here in week 1.
West keeps it on the ground, but Easton's Brody Tom forces a fumble. There's Sean McPeak, one of the key returners, recovering it at his own 9-yard line, but the Rovers would punt. Next Easton drive, Easton trying to make something happen. A pass is complete to McPeak, but Nick Miletto punches out the football. Shane McGuire is all over it as West gets a big turnover. They're in Easton territory. On the very next play, it's George connecting with Liam Lapham once again. 34 yards to the house. Bucks up 29-7. That was the score after 3. Then in the fourth quarter, after an Easton turnover, it is George. Another touchdown pass. This one to Louis Sapolo for 30 yards. And CB West, they get a little payback for dropping this game last season. 36-7, the final. So the Red Rovers, Coach Seneca wanted to get tested here early in the season. You go and play one of the perennially strong teams. These are 2 perennially strong teams in all of Eastern PA, and that's an impressive win for CB West. Certainly gives something the Rovers to work on here moving forward.
I got my eyes out for Josh George, that CB West quarterback. He was special tonight.
We came out week 1 preparing. We've been working out since December, all the way back to December. We want to go from December to December, so we came out. We have a lot of returns this year. We also have a lot of depth, so we're firing on offense, defense, special teams.
Congratulations to CB West on a big win tonight here to open up the season. We welcome you to another season of The Big Ticket. We are so thrilled to bring you another year of Eastern PA's premier high school sports program. Our entire team locked and loaded, ready to go. Hey, we couldn't have a first show of the season without talking about the reigning state champions.
And I know they lost Sean Stecker from last year, but defending champ Southern Lehigh may be better this year. They have so much firepower.
Very much looked the part tonight against Quakertown. In Berks County, Nick Zelaya, he was live ahead of one of the biggest rivalries in our entire big ticket coverage area, Wilson and Governor Mifflin.
Yeah, an old Berks showdown here in week 1, but Wilson Westlawn, keep an eye out for them this year.
Very highly rated in our preseason big ticket poll. But I was live across state lines earlier this evening, and really an historic showdown for the first time in more than 30 years. The Phillipsburg State Liners returning to a regular season schedule, at least a part of it, against East Penn Conference competition. Look who they drew in week 1.
Well, the last EPC team they played, not named Easton Phillipsburg, was Northampton back in 2005. But then you said back about 30 years ago in the mid-90s, yeah, they played that EPC schedule. And Phillipsburg Parkland, Dave Lesko was at the game. This one lived up to the hype.
The Liners hopping back into the DeLorean tonight and going back in time a bit, facing the first of 3 straight EPC teams, but the only one being played right here at Maloney Stadium. The Trojans, meanwhile, expecting and appreciating a tougher opening week opponent than they had the last 2 seasons against George Washington. Peabert gets the ball coming out, and they string a 13-play drive together. Elijah Montgomery is going to pound it in from 3 yards out. 6 minutes left in the first. Liners draw first blood, 7-0. Parkland would answer on their first possession. 5th play from scrimmage. TJ Lawrence gets the carry, and TJ stands for tough and jazzy tonight. He breaks tackles, keeps his feet, and takes the little piggy to market. 48 yards, 4:27 left in the first. We're tied up at 7 apiece. Last play of the first, Peaburg driving 1st and 10 on the Trojan 40. Dom Braca is going to shake Michael Carr's initial tackle, but Jalen Sanchez comes to the rescue, and they force the sack together for a loss of 11. The Liners would end up punting it back a minute into the second. Second play of Parkland's ensuing possession, Donovan Sampson bringing the heat, and down goes Finn Cohen for a loss of 5 to the Trojan 14. But Parkland would regroup and go the distance. TJ Lawrence from the 1 makes his second trip to Pater tonight, capping a 14-play drive. Trojans up 14-7. With 2:33 left in the half, the Liners go to work. Shane Moore is going to find zone with a punishing 15-yard scamper. And with 26 seconds left in the half, they knot things up at 14 apiece. Parkland's Andrea Giardon would come on for a 55-yard field goal attempt, but he was just wide left. The teams enter the break tied up at 14 apiece. No scores in the third. First play of the fourth, 4th and 1. Peaburg's Vincent Berger cashes in from the 3, capping a 19-play drive. Liners with a 21-14 advantage. But the Trojans would answer, going 6 plays in 3 minutes. Finn Cohen rolls out and fires the bullet high-o silver away to Blake Nasri for the 27-yard touchdown. Parkland ties it back up at 21 apiece. And that's how it would stay for 12 seconds. On Peaburg's first play from scrimmage, Dom Bracco rolling out, buying some time, and finding Blake Paulus with a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, 57 yards. Liners back on top, 28-21. Parkland's next possession, 5.5 minutes left, 4th and 6 on the Liner 35. Finn Cohen looking to make it happen, but his pass almost gets intercepted and falls to the ground, incomplete. Peaburg bleeds the clock the rest of the way and upends the visiting Trojans 28-21.
It was a fantastic win for our team. It was a big confidence booster, but we're not gonna let that get into our heads. We're gonna keep working every day. Come back tomorrow morning. We're gonna have film lift, and we're not, as I said, we're not gonna let this get to our head. We're gonna keep working.
All 3 phases of the game chipped in at some point. Were we perfect? No, but it seemed like each phase of the game complemented each other when the other one was down. You know, defensively struggled there a little bit. They drove down the ball, drove down the field. Offensively picked us up, and then vice versa. And even in the special teams as well. So good overall team effort. I'm excited to watch the film because I kind of want to tell these guys like what they need to work on. You know, I mean, I want them to enjoy right now, but they need to understand pretty quickly we have a lot of work to do.
At Maloney Stadium in Phillipsburg, I'm Dave Lesko for the Big Ticket.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. What a win for Coach Duffy and the Peaburg State Liners. He was candid with us earlier in the week talking about how much he was looking forward to returning to playing teams like Parkland.
It's been a couple of years in the making. They had to go through a lot of process to make this happen, and man, Phillipsburg 28, Parkland 21. That is how you open up the season right there.
Yes, it is. Congratulations to the State Liners on a huge win. They consider themselves a part of Lehigh Valley football. I think that's certainly,
absolutely,
if it wasn't already cemented, there's even more cement on top of it. Here we go. What a couple of games here to open us up on a new season of the Big Ticket. Changing gears now as we come back across state lines to Bethlehem. We will get to them here a bit later. One of the other Bethlehem teams, though, the Liberty Hurricanes had a really good season last year. They did graduate a bit of talent. Sean Dano and company, much like Easton, had to go on the road and get tested here early on.
Well, you mentioned Liberty losing a lot of talent. Penn Ridge lost Noah Keating, their 4-year starter at quarterback from last year. So both teams, kind of a fresh start. We'll see what happened. I was at the game last year. Penn Ridge won 38-28 in Bethlehem. The Rams on a mission in this one. Early on, they were already up 8-zip. Aiden Tatowski calls his own number from short yardage, pounds it in for the score. He's going to be replacing Keating this year. It's 15-0 Rams in the first. Same score, Tatowski dropping back. He's going to air it out to Nate Durstein, who hauls it in for his second touchdown of the game. Penn Ridge up on Liberty, 21-0. 10.5 now left to go in the third. Tatowski slings it to Sean Luth. He breaks some tackles here, races away for the 60-yard score. The wide receivers for Penn Ridge doing an excellent job against this Liberty secondary. Rams pulling it away. Still 28-0 in the fourth. Tatowski hands to Matt Schaefer, who goes in for the 6-yard score. And Penn Ridge goes on to win 35-0. They shut out the Hurricanes in a thorough victory there for the Rams.
Pretty good night so far for District 1 against District 11.
Yes.
That is very impressive for the Rams there as they get to 1-0. How about Bethlehem Catholic? I think the expectation a bit higher for them this year. They're taking on a pretty solid Delaware Valley team from up in Milford, Pike County. Second quarter, Delaware Valley out in front, 7-0. Axel Burkhart responds. Carter Vassa streaking down the field. Those two guys back, expected to be a dynamic duo because they can do that, Johnny.
Keep an eye out for that combo this year. Vassa, one of the most talented wide receivers in the EPC.
A few minutes into the second half, Burkhart hits Tyree Lewis along the sideline. He's brought down near the goal line. Golden Hawks in business on the next play. Justin Ramirez able to pound it home as Becca takes a 14-7 lead. Under 15 seconds left in the third. Lucas Petersheim connecting with a wide open Devin Estevez. We are all tied up at 14. Delaware Valley coming down south here and giving Becca a game. Later in the fourth, Burkhart and Becca in the red zone. Incredible throw there. Tyree Lewis, Hawks back in front. 21-14. Del Val marched right back down the field and responded to the Beacon touchdown. Estevez plows over the goal line, so the Warriors are within one. A little under 4 minutes left. They decide to go for two, and it looks like they might have converted, but Johnny,
I thought they had it. I was on the opposite sideline. I thought they had it with the ref right on top of it, and Becca wins.
Ruled out of bounds. So you got to applaud Delaware Valley for going for it there on the road, but the Golden Hawks survive, get it done, in a good early season test. They get to 1-0, 21-20.
I want to shout out Carter Vassa. You saw him catch that 55-yard touchdown. The previous possession, he fumbled at the goal line going in. He would have had a touchdown. Shout out for bouncing back, putting that in the rear view, and getting on to the next play. That is how you do it. I'm sure Coach Bernard is really going to like that.
So some resilience there for the Golden Hawks. Let's take you through the rest of the East Penn Conference scores tonight. Emmaus falling to Neshaminy, 20-13 on the road. Much more competitive than it was last year when Neshaminy came up here and shut out the Green Hornets by 30.
Good night for District 1 against District 11. They really had the upper hand tonight. You saw Whitehall beating Wilkes-Barre 21-19. Whitehall coming off their first 10-win season in a dozen years. We'll see how they follow it up this year.
Some of the other scores in the East Penn Conference, tough sledding for Nazareth. That unique look of Garnet Valley is always challenging as the Jaguars win it 63-34, whereas Northampton goes on the road and they take care of business against Martin Luther King 35-6.
Allentown Central Catholic, a low-scoring one, but they get past Abington Heights 10-3, and Pocono Mountain East shuts out Deera 42-0.
And then elsewhere in the conference, you got Stroudsburg at home taking care of George Washington 39-7. East Stroudsburg South expected to be improved this year. They put 50 on Pittston, 50-32 the final in that one.
We have a shutout with Pocono Mountain West. The Panthers go into Scranton. They take down the Knights 27-0.
And we do have some Saturday action lined up for you. The Allen Canaries open their season against the Owls of Thomas Edison. All right, there's your look at East Penn Conference football. What a way to get us started here on the Big Ticket. We have much, much more coming up.
Coming up on the Big Ticket, defending state champions Southern Lehigh opened their title defense down the road in Quakertown. Plus, Berks Catholic made the trip to Easton for a date with Notre Dame Green Pond. Those highlights next.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your local Toyota dealer and discover which Toyota is right for you. Hurry in now before it all ends. Toyota, let's go places.
It's Toyota's national sales event with so much summer left to see. From the perfect seats in a RAV4 to reimagining spaces in a Corolla Cross, to rooms with a view in a Tundra. Don't you love when summer just clicks?
Get great offers on your favorite Toyotas like Corolla Hybrid, Camry, RAV4, and Corolla Cross Hybrid. Shop online and visit your nearest Tri-State Toyota dealer today.
Toyota keeps your summer going.
Toyota, let's go places.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Dairy cows provide more than 90% of the planet's milk supply. Like a human's fingerprints, no two cows' spots are exactly the same. Farmers measure milk in pounds, not gallons, and it takes 12 pounds of whole milk to get 1 gallon of ice cream. Regardless of whether you choose skim, 1%, 2%, or whole milk, the calcium and nutrient content is the same. Milk is sometimes called nature's most nearly perfect food. A message from the Allied Milk Producers.
The Big Ticket is brought to you by Service Electric. Get the most live coverage of local sports exclusively on the Service Electric Network.
All right, welcome back to the season premiere of the Big Ticket here on WFMZ. And Johnny, as we change gears now to the Colonial League and Schuylkill League action, we have to lead with the defending state champions from Southern Lehigh, the Spartans, beginning that title defense.
What a year it was last year for Southern Lehigh, going all the way to the state title game, winning their first ever state championship, and they have Colton Sams back under center, one of the best quarterbacks in the area. We'll see how Southern Lehigh will follow up their state champion season. There you go, brand new addition to the stadium, home of the 2025 4A state champs. They're in 5A now, though. Southern Lehigh making the trip up a class. Second Spartans drive, I mentioned Colton Sams. He is a streaking Otto Young 42-yard connection down to the 5-yard line. Sams to Young is going to be a very popular combo for the Spartans. There it is again, Young with the touchdown. It's 7-0 Southern Lehigh. We're going to jump to the second quarter now. Omar Romero punches it into the end zone from 6 yards out, makes it 14-0. Dan, the Spartans defense was as impressive as the offense. Next Panthers drive, Southern Lehigh's Dylan Gretz tips the Quakertown pass. Cody Wesner picks it off, and he's going to rumble down to the 1-yard line. Just the start of a big defensive effort.
And you might see that play later. There's still some big guys on that Southern Lehigh line.
Yeah, 2 plays later, Jack Mo Davis from 1 yard out. It's 21-0 Sparty. Next Panthers drive, Jack Pavis. What a game he had. Pavis with a huge first half, gets the interception right there. Later in the second, Sams connects with Pavis for the 16-yard strike. It's 28-0 Southern Lehigh. Spartans defense continued to force turnovers. It's Pavis yet again, tipping the ball. Check this out. Battles it to the ground to secure his second of 3 first-half interceptions. Yes, he had 3 interceptions. Southern Lehigh had 5 interceptions in the first half. No shortage of weapons for the Spartans. Here's Sams getting the ball to Adam Fritz in space, and Fritz does the rest, faking inside and outside. Race to the pylon for 7. Spartans up 35-0 after pick 6 for the Spartans defense. It's Sams connecting with Pavis. Yes, Pavis again, an 88-yard touchdown. The kid had 3 interceptions in the first half and 2 touchdowns. What a game for Jack Pavis. Unbelievable. And Southern Lehigh, the defending state champs, all over Quakertown. 55-0. Here's Pavis after the game.
Oh, we knew right away we need to set the tone, and that's what we did. We came out flat last year, weren't going to do that this year. Came out, set the tone, dominated from their sense. Knew right away it was our game. We're going to be special this year.
We kept stopping them, getting great field position. Second drive down the field, we put one in, and then from there on out, it was a lot of the defense setting up the offense tonight, and the offense executing. Special teams did a great job out here too. So I'm proud of all these players and coaches and the community for sure.
Coach Sams and company picking up right where they left off as the defending state champions, looking awfully tough here.
I can't get over that performance. I think we're going to be hearing from Pavis later in the
young man, all the electrolytes that he needs.
Yeah,
tonight.
jeez,
it's going to be cold pretty fast here in a few weeks.
True.
All right, elsewhere in the Colonial League, Notre Dame Green Pond. Hey, they had a fantastic season last year too. The Crusaders looking to build on that. They too bid farewell to a little bit of talent, but Phil Stanball and company usually seem to be able to kind of restock the shelves, so to speak.
They definitely reload over there.
At the start of the season, Fisher Stadium playing host to a few more Notre Dame games. Again, the new dig's not quite ready as the Crusaders host Berks Catholic. Some good defense in the first quarter for both sides. Josiah Turman with the pass breakup in the end zone for Berks Catholic. BC got to stop shortly after on fourth down. Saints on the move, but here's Notre Dame's John Hall. If that's not a linebacker's name, I don't know what is. Big tackle for a loss. It was scoreless after the opening quarter. Things picked up in the second. Jonathan Stryba on the quick hitter from Tommy Murphy. Here comes Stryba near side. The Saints just cannot catch him. 71-yard house call for the game's first score. Crusaders got the ball back. Murphy trying to go outside the pocket here, which he did quite a few times tonight, but it is BC's Lincoln Miller reading that play well, coming up with the interception. The Saints were in business, but they just couldn't cash it in offensively. And the Crusaders were able to drive down the field when they got it back. Murphy keeps it in from the doorstep. It's 14-0 Notre Dame. The Saints did answer just before halftime. Kellen Bowman slinging it out to Coy Kohler. A 39-yard score as the Saints pull to within 14-7 at the break. But Notre Dame really turned it on in the second half and pulled away from Berks Catholic as they pick up a season opening win at home, 48-14. And again, BC making some plays there in that first half, but Notre Dame really able to take it to that next level in the second half and get this one done.
Yeah, I mean, you just saw the depth of Notre Dame really take hold in that second half. And yeah, big win for the Crusaders. Let's go to Slatington now, where Northern Lehigh was taking on Executive. This one was exciting. Hey, that's a hot air balloon.
Would not be in one of those.
You wouldn't?
I don't like
You don't want to go on a balloon ride with me?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, Northern Lehigh forced a turnover on downs and took it into the red zone. Read option for Garrett Smoyer, who's back this year. He reverses it to Colin Koretsky for the 5-yard rushing touchdown. Bulldogs up 7-0. Back into the second half now. Dogs 35 yards out. Some air miles on Smoyer's car now as he goes deep for Koretsky. And Koretsky hauls it in, the second touchdown of the night for the senior. It's 14-0 Northern Lehigh at the half. And one of those Bulldogs, the Bulldog faithful, really loving it there on Tropical Night. Hey, Bethlehem Catholic was Tropical Night as well.
Construction night theme as well.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. I always like a good theme night.
Yes.
The second half would not be smooth sailing for the Bulldogs. Executive near the 50. Aiden Ramos shrugs off a tackle, one-on-one with Koretsky, screams past him into the end zone. Raptors fighting back. It's 14-6 going into the fourth. Less than 3 minutes left in the game. Executive 4 yards away, down by 8. Shantez Whitsett on the keeper, and he's got the strength to get in there. 2-point try is good. It's 14-14. Next possession for Northern Lehigh, all the way down the field. No time on the clock. Field goal to win it. Anthony Hanna nails it. Northern Lehigh, the walk-off win over Executive. That's how you start a season right there as the Bulldogs take care of the Raptors 17-14. How about Anthony Hanna getting the game-winning field goal right there?
Yeah, we do not see that.
No, love it.
And a really cool moment there for Joe Tout and company as they get a nice non-league win here to open the season.
As a playoff team last year, Northern Lehigh has some talent. Colin Koretsky, Garrett Smoyer, they got some talent up there.
A consistently strong program they got going on in Slatington. All right, let's go to some other Colonial League action tonight. Wilson paying a visit to Catasauqua. The flag-flying half-staff in honor of the late Dolly Parton.
R.I.P.
Caddy, as we kicked off this game. First quarter scoreless, so we jump halfway through the second. Caddy has a chance to get some points. 4th and goal from the 15. That's Aiden Riley finding Josiah Martinez. He tries to sneak his way in, but Wilson's Christian Samoya able to play spoiler. It's still scoreless. A few minutes later, Wilson gets their shot to break the tie. 1 minute left in the half. Connor Patterson with the keeper. A 23-yard score. Missed extra point. Keeps it 6-0 going into halftime, and keep that missed extra point in mind. Following a scoreless third, we jump 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Caddy's Gianni Ojeda hands it off to Ruben Concepcion from the 7. He finds zone. It's 6-6 before the extra point, which Aiden Riley nails through the uprights to give Caddy the 7-6 lead. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left in the fourth. Wilson is trying to stay in it on 4th down. Patterson feeling the pressure, escapes to his right, but he can't find the completion. And 2 minutes later, the Roughies line up the victory formation. Aiden Riley kneeling it down. And in a pitcher's duel, as far as football scores are concerned, the Catasauqua Rough Riders get a rugged defensive win to open their season at home, 7-6 over the Warriors.
You told me to watch out for that missed extra point, and I did, and it did come back to bite Wilson, their caddy, with the opening win. Northwestern Lehigh, the state runner-up from last year, they win 28-16 over Valley View. Northwestern had that long win streak snapped in that state championship. They're trying to build another win streak.
Pleasant Valley on top of Saucon Valley, an impressive win for the EPC Bears, 41-7, the final score in that one.
All banger over East Stroudsburg North as they make the trip north, 49-0 over the Timberwolves.
And the Warriors of Bristol go on the road, pick up a road shutout over Palisades, 33-0.
And Palmerton going on the road, they get a 1-point win over Marion Catholic, 34-33.
And Blue Mountain with an impressive win at home over Jim Thorpe to open their season, 48-0 the final.
And we have a couple games Saturday. Salisbury going down to South Philly, and Old Forge will be going to Penn Argyl. We'll see if the Green Knights can get their season started off with a win.
Best of luck to Penn Argyl. Met a lovely Penn Argyl fan tonight. Her name was Alice. I signed her bag for her.
There you go.
I told her I would give the Green Knights a shout out. So there we go. Green Knights.
There we go, Alice.
Get it done tomorrow against the Blue Devils of Old Forge. Jersey Shore, a little bit too much for North Schuylkill, 49-34. The Spartans do get Notre Dame next week.
And Shamokin all over Pottsville, 41-7. They roll the Tide.
Sticking with the Schuylkill League, Mount Carmel in a high-scoring affair. They outlast Schuylkill Haven. What a great year last year, 48-41 the final in that one. Lehighton hammers Tamaqua 44-20.
In overtime, Williams Valley edges out Upper Dauphin 15-14. Panther Valley beats Mahanoy.
And sticking with the Schuylkill League, Minersville, the Batlin Miners on top of Halifax by 20, 27-7. Montrose shuts out Nativity 13-0.
Line Mountain over Tri-Valley 14-7. And on Saturday, it'll be Shenandoah Valley versus Columbia Montour.
All right, there's your look at the Colonial League and Schuylkill League scores for tonight. We have much more football, including our mid-show hardware here coming up.
Yeah.
Setbacks happen. When they do, all you want is to get back to what you love. We turn setbacks into comebacks. Trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
I love any kind of pet stories. The Furry Friends segment, we started that years ago when I was a reporter because we were out at the SPCA and they were telling me about how they had this dog that was there for so long. And I was like, well, let's put it on the air. Maybe somebody will come adopt him. And then that kind of grew into a weekly series that we do to get these pets adopted. That's the most special thing you can do.
69 News, the people you know, the news you trust. Watch Wendy Davis, weekdays 5 to 6:30 and 10 to 11. The 69 News Storm Center is rooted in your neighborhood.
We live here, we forecast here to keep you prepared for how the weather will impact you.
Presented by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health. If an injury takes you out of the game, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Comebacks begin here.
Well, Pigskin Partners is presented by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health. If an injury takes you out of the game, we turn setbacks into comebacks, one movement at a time. Comebacks begin here, and we had a pretty special Pigskin Partner player of the week for our first week, Dan.
Yeah, Southern Lehigh's Dylan Gretz tips the pass here. Big man Cody Westner able to come down with the interception, able to get it down to the 1 yard line, and that set up an eventual touchdown. So that is teamwork all over the place.
Yes.
The tip, the interception, sets up the offense for the score. And let's be real, we got to keep tipping the cap to the defending state champs because they looked awfully good here tonight.
I want Cody to score next week.
Yes.
I mean, he's 1 yard away. Can we get Cody a touchdown?
We get the big man INT, then we just need the big man dance.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing we are missing. Congratulations to Southern Lehigh, the Pigskin Partners play of the week. And in case you missed it, you can check us out all over social media, the Big Ticket Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We are on X. We are on TikTok as well. So be sure to check us out on all those platforms. Hey, time for a visit to Berks County, and that includes the introduction of the newest member of our team here at 69 Sports.
On the other side of the break, we go to Berks County, where Wilson West Lawn has dreams of a big season. Find out how they did against Governor Mifflin, and Wyomissing had a big road test against Southern Columbia. See how the Spartans fared and more Berks action after the break.
In the heart of Pennsylvania, Palmerton rose as an industrial powerhouse, fueling America's growth through the industrial age. Like our great nation, they endured, innovated, and thrived, transitioning from zinc to the core of tomorrow. Today, Penn Teledata delivers blazing fast fiber optic connections for businesses, powering AI centers and innovation. As we celebrate America's 250th birthday, our hometown of Palmerton symbolizes the enduring American spirit. Penn Teledata, proudly powering America's next chapter.
Presented by Lehigh Valley Hospital Cedar Crest, part of Jefferson Health, the region's only nationally ranked hospital for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report, ranked 28th in the nation for orthopedic care. 69 News anchor Bo Colt now.
One of the best things about being a journalist is that each day is a different experience. So some days we cover a story that highlights the very good in people. Other times we help expose the wrongdoing. And it's a great feeling to have the opportunity to inform and entertain our viewers every single day with stories that impact their lives.
The people you know, the news you trust. 69 News at Sunrise Weekend Edition. Saturdays from 7 to 9 a.m.
Bring on the morning, yeah, 'cause we love waking up.
We're the Spartan cheerleaders, and you're watching the Big Ticket.
All right, here we go. Time for a check on Berks County on the season premiere of the Big Ticket. And with that, we would like to welcome the newest member of our 69 Sports team, Nick Zelaya. Nick, welcome. We are so excited to have you. I know you've had some assignments here in the last few weeks to kind of get your feet wet, but here we go. Are you excited for
this? This is the big night. This is the NBA Finals. This is the Super Bowl we've all been talking about. Dan and Johnny, it's been great to work with you both. And the first week of covering Berks football, which had some thrilling action. Wilson West Lawn, the top team in our area, facing their rival Governor Mifflin on the road, and the Bulldogs, they have goals of winning a state championship this year, and it looked pretty darn good in week one. In the first, Justice Hardy, the transfer from Wyomissing, he's heading to Louisville, and that's exactly why. 50 yards to the crib for the touchdown. It's 7-0 Bulldogs. Next drive for Wilson, the quick pass for a touchdown. Wilson goes up 2 scores. It's Michael Glover finding the end zone. End of the first, Cole Peterson again zipping one to Damian Greer, who comes down with it, and he struts into the end zone. Quite a statement from Wilson in the first 12 minutes. It's 21-0, and now it's the Bulldog defense turning some more points on their end. The pick 6 after the deflection makes it a 35-0 game at the half, and the story continued in the second half. Peterson finding Monty Greer wide open for the score. And then how about some more? Peterson, 1 incompletion all evening. That touchdown makes it a 42-0 game, and Wilson goes on the road to defeat their arch rival 48-7 in thrilling fashion. This is the 5th in a row Wilson has beaten Governor Mifflin now, and they're showing exactly why they have aspirations, Dan, of winning a state championship.
Yeah, Wilson Westlawn, awfully impressive. Governor Mifflin knew they were a little bit inexperienced, a little young. This one might have been a little bit of a slog for them, but Wilson doing exactly what they needed to do. Unfortunately, this game was not played in its entirety. There was a police emergency, so this game ended early. There are updates on WFMZ.com/sports. Everything was cleared eventually, but the game just did not resume after that stoppage.
Well, back to the football. How good is Justice Hardy? And what a big addition for Wilson to get him from Wyomissing.
He said that he wanted to prove he can play in 6A ball, and 6 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns in your Bulldog opener. Yeah. Some pretty legit stuff from Mr. Hardy. Well, let's go to Catawissa now, where Southern Columbia won the AA state championship, and the Wyomissing Spartans said, let's challenge ourselves week 1. They beat the Tigers at home a year ago. Now going up north to District 4 to play against the AA champs 9 years out of 11. The Tigers have taken home the crown. Here's Jake Gillespie with more from Catawissa on Wyomissing.
There are 2 schools of thought when you're trying to schedule a non-conference opponent. Option 1, you schedule a cupcake. You make an easy introduction to your season. Or option 2, you throw your team right in the fire. That's what's happening here tonight. Southern Columbia have won the state title 9 out of the last 11 seasons. But they've had a couple bumps in the road along the way, and those bumps have been Wyomissing. They've won each of the last 3 matchups between these 2 teams. And Wyo gets off to the perfect start. On his first pass of the season, Brady Eisenhower hits Andrew DiFabrizio for a 69-yard touchdown. Nice throw, nice catch, 6 points for the Spartans. PAT no good, so it's 6-0 less than a minute into the new campaign. After a turnover on down, Spartans are threatening again until Keegan Deal steps in front in the end zone and picks it off. Tigers ball. They work it down to the red zone. Aiden Hockenbrock throws up a jump ball, and watch the big tight end Jace Malikoski go up and get it. Stays on his feet, throws a couple of Spartans off of him, and waltzes into the end zone. 17-yard score. Just over a minute into the second quarter, Tigers take a 1-point lead, 7-6. Doesn't stay that way for long. Very next possession, Eisenhower goes deep. Ethan Betances beats the entire defense and catches a perfectly thrown ball over the shoulder. Gets Wyo back in front. 61-yard pitch and catch. 2-point try is good. Visitors are up 14-7 with 8:30 left in the first half. State champs answer right back. The Tigers working into the red zone. Hockenbrock hits Malikoski with a quick pass, just beats the coverage, and it's an easy stroll into pay dirt. That ties it at 14, and that's our score at the break. The locker room talk did the Tigers some good. They got the ball and marched right down the field, capping off a 7-play drive with this 7-yard run by Grady Garcia. Extra point no good, so it's 20-14, 4 minutes into the second half. Wyo puts together a drive of their own, and inside the 20 on 4th down, Eisenhower rips another perfect pass. DiFabrizio again, this time over the middle for the tying score. Extra point good, so it's 21-20 Spartans. That didn't sit well with Southern, so they snap off a huge run right through the middle of the Wyo defense. Joey Williams gashes them for a 66-yard score. Tigers go for 2 and convert. So we're back to a 7-point game, 28-21, with less than a minute left in the third quarter. Then the Tigers pile on. They recover a Wyomissing fumbled snap in Spartan territory. Then Williams does the rest. 7-yard touchdown puts the hosts up 34-21 after a missed extra point. Wouldn't matter though. Wyo answers with a score, but the Tigers just run out the clock on the next possession, breaking the Spartan streak and starting their state title defense 1-0. Southern Columbia wins at 34-27 with their first 2 touchdowns coming through the air, courtesy of Aiden Hockenbrock.
It's absolutely a different game plan, and the game plan is a huge part of it. It's almost like the Super Bowl. Like, we had the whole offseason to prepare for this and watch film, and just props to the coaches for giving us a great game plan.
From Catawissa, I'm Jake Gillespie for the Big Ticket.
Well, we talked about it in the highlight for Wilson, Justice Hardy transitioning. And if you're the Spartans, how do you replace a talent like that? They'll have to figure that out. It's only week 1. And again, they were going against the former state champions. So what a challenge out of the gates. It's no cupcake of an opponent, but things to work on, and it's only August.
Yes, 9 more weeks to go, and Wyomissing tends to make the adjustments.
Let's continue the ride around District 3. Schuylkill Valley, the Panthers hitting the road to start the year against the Conrad Weiser Scouts. And Conrad, an impressive showing in game number 1. Connor Sellers handing it off to Cole Cupper, and that's a name we'll keep saying in this highlight. Jukes the one defender and strides into the end zone for the score. They failed the 2-point conversion, but still lead 6-0. Now 4th and 1 for Conrad there. Again, it's Sellers finding Cupper. He strides into the end zone. A big evening for the junior running back. It's now a 14-0 game after the 2-point conversion. Later on, Panthers quarterback Alex Alatraz stretching in and crosses the goal line. That cuts into the lead, making it 14-7. But too much Cole Cupper. Watch him spin away from a defender. There's a stiff arm and into the end zone for the score. The Scouts starting to pull away in this game. He had a monster evening. 20 carries, 202 yards, and 4 tutties as Conrad Weiser cruising to a 27-13 victory over Schuylkill Valley in opening weekend. Conrad Weiser was the first practice I got to, guys, coming here to WFMZ, and I knew they wanted to start the year on a high note, and exactly what
you have an affinity for the Scouts then?
I'll pull a little bit for them.
Okay, I got you.
Let's get to some more action now. The Hall of Fame trophy game. That's Fleetwood and Kutztown from Kutztown High. The Tigers meeting with this Cougar team, and they must have saw the camera, the Cougars, because this is the very first play of the game. The opening kickoff. It's Hunter Amato, 91 yards to the house for the touchdown. They would go for 2, not completed, so it's a 6-0 game. He's telling his teammates, though, did you guys like that? Well, they might like this from the starting running back, Ryan Walters. He breaks free for a 72-yard touchdown run, and the Cougars have a 12-7 lead over the Tigers. Let's get to the second now. Chase Adams rolling out to his right, and wide open is Bryce Ryan. Has to bully his way into the end zone, but he finds the pylon, and the Tigers take the lead. It's 14-12. Fleetwood gets a stop, maybe tipped the punt there by Kutztown, and this is just impressive. Bo Fegley. Feels like it's 1 on 11 here. A lot of blue jerseys making them all miss, and there's a free road to the end zone. Fegley, 65 yards for the touchdown, and that extends the Fleetwood lead to 22-12. They would go on to win it by 20, 46-26, taking the Hall of Fame trophy game. And this was the game I was at tonight. It was a packed crowd, tough to find parking, but we thankfully had some fantastic highlights on there.
Yeah, what a punt return. I'm still thinking about that one.
Feels like whenever those two play, you're going to get a lot of points.
Yes.
And, Fleetwood's been able to put them up over the last few years, and Kutztown's still trying to find some traction, find some consistency, but a good win for the Tigers here early on.
Maybe not the last time we see Bo's punt return either in this show.
No.
We'll have to wait. You'll have to stay till the end of the show.
Well done. That's your first foreshadow on the big ticket.
There we go.
Like doing that. All right, some other scores from around Berks County tonight, Nick, and the Exeter Eagles. They're expected to be pretty good, too.
They are coming into the season number 6 in our poll going into the year. They win 28-6. And Twin Valley, maybe still a little frustration, anger from the defeat last year in the state championship game. 42-zip over Middletown. Let's check out some of the other scores as well. Muhlenberg falling 40-21. And Phoenixville Reading. It's the Phantoms defeating the Red Knights in the opener. 6A action, 27-14. Lebanon, Daniel Boone. How about that for the Blazers? A showing. Last year, they only won 1 game all year. Already week 1 in the win column. So a good start for the Blazers. And Hamburg also a statement against Midwest, 42-7. Over the Mustangs. How about that for District 3 football week 1?
Yeah. Did you have a lot of fun with that?
That was great.
That was awesome.
You two are pros, though. I'm starting to figure this out really quickly.
Where'd you go to school again?
The Syracuse Orange.
That's right.
I'm not going to say how many alums there are of Syracuse on this set. I think you can all figure that out for yourselves. All right, Nick, thank you very much. We'll talk to you here in a bit. We got some more hardware to give out later in the show. We also have some more football to talk about. We got District 1 here on the other side.
Up next on the Big Ticket, we head to District 1 where Spring Ford battled Souderton and Upper Perk went up against Boyertown. More Big Ticket after the break.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Visit your local Toyota dealer and discover which Toyota is right for you. Hurry in now before it all ends. Toyota, let's go places.
At Toyota's national sales event, we've got a long lineup of vehicles for summer fun, like Camry, RAV4, Grand Highlander, BZ, Tundra, Corolla Hybrid, 4Runner, CHR, Corolla Hatchback, BZ, Woodland, Prius, Corolla Cross, Land Cruiser, Tacoma, Toyota Crown, GR Supra.
Right now, get great offers on your favorite Toyota hybrids like Prius, Camry, Grand Highlander, and Highlander. Shop online and visit your nearest Tri-State Toyota dealer today.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
69 Sports, Johnny Mangano.
For as long as I can remember, I've been a sports fan. When I realized that I wasn't going to make it playing sports professionally, I still really wanted to work in the field, so this was the perfect path for me. I made the Lehigh Valley my home because it was a great opportunity to cover such a sports-rich region.
The people you know, the sports you trust. 69 News Weekend Edition, Saturday and Sunday at 6 and 10 p.m. 69 News reporters are working hard every day to cover your local news.
We live here, we report here in your neighborhood every day.
Welcome back to the Big Ticket. Time to talk a little District 1 football. And to get us started off here, a couple of teams that are featured prominently on the Big Ticket most years, and two teams that are usually pretty good. Souderton and Spring Ford getting after it here tonight in a PAC Suburban 1 crossover clash. And Zach Brader, you took this one in and it wound up turning into a pretty good game.
Yeah, good game overall. It's a field I've become familiar with over the past couple of years. Two teams I've become very familiar with over these past few years. It was a picture-perfect night for opening week of Friday Night Lights at Spring Ford. As we mentioned, the Rams playing host to the Souderton Big Red. A sunsplash to begin to this game. The opening play, it's one of those trick plays that even tricks the cameraman, as Brett Pollock lets it fly, hauled in by Alex Whitcomb, and the Rams, or the Souderton Big Red, are up by a touchdown as early as can be. A few minutes later, it'd be the Rams knocking on heaven's door. Randall Mola hammers it in. 2-point would be no good, but it's now 7-6, or for the kids watching, it's 6-7. Later in the first half, Brett Pollock handles business himself, rolls out left, dives in. That makes it a 14-6 game, and then time would start winding down in the second quarter. Caden Pickersgill Jackson Wickersham lets it fly out here, brings it in, makes the play. The 2-point is good, and it is tied at 14 all. It would be all Rams from there, as they would easily take opening night 31-14. So quite the start to this game here. Obviously a great win for Spring Ford to get their season kicked off.
All right, thank you very much, Zach. As we look at some of the other Suburban 1 scores for tonight, Ridley over CB East, 28-7, the final in that one, and Archbishop Wood tops CB South, 35-17.
And we have Kennett over Abington, 28-0. Another shutout. Pennsbury over Trenton Central, 14-0.
Our next batch of scores here, you have Council Rock South over Hatboro in a shutout, 42-0. And William Tennant with a nice road win over CR North, 20-7.
Wissahickon 35, Upper Dublin 7. Nice win there for Wissahickon. Upper Darby all over Bensalem, 54-7 there.
Moving along here, Haverford High, the Fords revving it up against Truman, 42-13, and Plymouth Whitemarsh in a good one against Coatesville, as expected, 21-20. The Colonials hold them off.
Yeah, that one living up to it. North Penn going up against Lower Dauphin. That will be Saturday. We'll see how North Penn follows up a great 2025. For one. And we have Upper Perk Boyertown following this, and the Boyertown Bears really trying to host Upper Perk and try to get the upper hand on an Upper Perk team that is very, very solid.
They had a really good year last year.
Yes, they did. Second quarter, no score this one. Boyertown has a 3rd and long at the 19, and the snap, here is fumbled. Upper Perk's Ryder Jones comes up with it, goes all the way to the end zone. Upper Perk takes a 7-0 lead with 9:42 left in the half. Then it's Grayson Sabo under center, rolls out, finds Aaron Maiden, and he goes 40 yards for the touchdown. With 50 seconds left in the first, it's 14-0 Upper Perk. Third quarter, still 14-0. It's Brody Lash kicking the 22-yard field goal. Perk Valley leading 17-0. Fourth quarter, same score. Grayson Sabo under center, and he's going to hand it off to Zachary Adam. And Zachary, 86 yards to the house as Upper Perk goes on and shuts out Boyertown. Upper Perk winning by a final of 24-0 there. Very good win there for the Tribe week 1.
And that's what we said, coming off a big year last year and a really nice start here on the road. Elsewhere in the pack, Pottsgrove doubles up Methacton 28-14, and Owen J. Roberts gets it done over the Speed Boys of West Philly 35-26.
Springfield Delco handing Perk Valley an opening week loss. Cougars winning 27-7.
And in a Pope John Paul Lansdale Catholic matchup, it is all Golden Panthers. They too had a nice season last year. They win in a shutout. Pottstown, congrats to them. They shut out Harriton 53-0.
And a battle of the Marians, and Upper gets the advantage here in this one, 30-16 over Lower.
All right, we're going to take a look at some Chestnut football coming up next, which actually has a District 11 flair. Freedom Patriots fans, really hope you're still watching because your game is coming up next.
Setbacks happen. When they do, all you want is to get back to what you love. We turn setbacks into comebacks. Trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there. One movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
The Big Ticket is brought to you by Service Electric. Get the most live coverage of local sports exclusively on the Service Electric Network.
There's nothing quite like high school football season. The crisp autumn air, the traditions, rivalries, big plays, and the moments your community comes together for. SEN Plus gives you a front row seat to all the action, wherever you are. Watch live, watch anywhere, and never miss a big play, a big hit, or a big moment. Because every game has a moment you don't want to miss. Get SEN Plus today, only from Service Electric.
Dairy cows provide more than 90% of the planet's milk supply. Like a human's fingerprints, no two cows' spots are exactly the same. Farmers measure milk in pounds, not gallons, and it takes 12 pounds of whole milk to get 1 gallon of ice cream. Regardless of whether you choose skim, 1%, 2%, or whole milk, the calcium and nutrient content is the same. Milk is sometimes called nature's most nearly perfect food. A message from the Allied Milk Producers.
Presented by Lehigh Valley Hospital Cedar Crest, part of Jefferson Health. The region's only nationally ranked hospital for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. Ranked 28th in the nation for orthopedic care.
All right, time for a little District 11 and District 1 crossover action, which we have seen plenty of tonight, Johnny. But this one taking place in District 1 at Kottmeyer Stadium. The Freedom Patriots, Jason Roeder and company coming off a 5-5 season. I have a feeling that didn't sit too well with him this offseason coming into this year.
Not one bit. And we mentioned the earlier part of the show, District 1 had the advantage over District 11. We'll see what happens here in this one.
So Freedom making the road trip, and they started off strong, scoring 5 times in the first half. 3 of those on rushes by big number 3, LaShawn Johnson. If
he can stay healthy, LaShawn Johnson is the key to Freedom's success this year.
One of the best talents in the EPC coming in. Whippets put up a good fight, including a 65-yard touchdown here by Amari Cannon, like he was shot out of a cannon. They end the first half down 30-14. But Freedom, they had some big plays in their back pocket. David Moore had a good run this evening, and his second touchdown being this 87-yard catch in the third quarter. Downingtown West, the recovery here, Freedom, an interception by Moore, which is then fumbled and picked up by Cannon. I mean, what a sequence of events here, but the Whippets, really couldn't do anything from that. They could not complete the comeback. And that's an impressive win for the Freedom Patriots to open their season. As we said, I think a little bit of motivation coming into this year. They are one of the 3 EPC teams that will play Phillipsburg here over the next few weeks. That's a really nice win for them, though, going on the road.
Well, LaShawn got hurt last year, and that was a big factor in Freedom's 5-5 season. If he can stay healthy, I think the Patriots can make a lot of noise this year.
Let's take a look at some of the other Chestmont action tonight. Bishop Shanahan over John Bartram 29-6, and Westchester Henderson by 10 over Avon Grove.
And then we have Westchester East shutting out Conestoga 35-0 in Unionville, squeaking by Great Valley 28-25.
And we have a game coming up here on Saturday as the Northeast Vikings take on the Downingtown East Cougars. Well, there's your look at the action on opening night. We have plenty of football coming up tomorrow, but hey, we got to honor our top performers and our top plays. It's the season's first Triple Hot and Ticket Takers.
Yeah.
Setbacks happen. When they do, all you want is to get back to what you love. We turn setbacks into comebacks. Trust the region's only nationally ranked orthopedic team to help get you there, one movement at a time. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Comebacks begin here.
Don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers are saying.
I was reassured every step of the way. So impressed with the whole process.
Everyone we worked with was very professional, and those are the kind of people I trust with a really big investment.
I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, we love our kitchen. Now they're doing bathrooms, and we signed that day.
I've waited 35 years for this kitchen, and it's everything that I dreamed of, yeah.
The wait ends here. Call now for a free consultation.
The 69 News Storm Center is rooted in your neighborhood.
We live here. We forecast here because the weather in our area is always changing.
Presented by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health, now offering injury centers. Walk in without an appointment at multiple convenient locations. The region's leader in orthopedic care to get you back in the game.
All right, welcome back to the Big Ticket, where Johnny Block just pulled a record 40-yard dash time to get us these highlights fresh off the presses.
Struggling over.
Yes, he is. And judging by our softball team's health the last few weeks, I'm surprised he didn't get hurt. All right, Ticket Takers and Triple Hots, let's get to it. I'm going to start off at Peaburg. They had the win of the night, at least one of the wins of the night, and I'm going with Shane Moore. He was their bell cow back against Parkland. 26 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown. That is Western New Jersey grit and pride right there as the State Liners pick up a statement win to open this season.
I couldn't believe this line when I saw it at first. Southern Lehigh's Jack Pavis, he's my ticket taker. He had 3 interceptions in the first half. He also scored 2 touchdowns as well. Pavis kept himself busy tonight. What a job by the Southern Lehigh player.
In Berks County, Conrad Weiser, Cole Cupper. Now, a lot of this came in the first half, his 4 touchdowns. On top of that, 20 carries, 202 yards, and hey, hit a reception for 56 yards as well. So add to the stats right out the gates as the Scouts, they win their first game of the season, and Cole Cupper, a heck of a performance on the ground for him.
Yeah, I'm staying with Spring Forward. We go to Jackson Wickersham, one of those kids that just plays both sides of the ball exceptionally well. Touchdown grab here in the first half, and he finished off the game with a pick 6 that sealed the win late, as we get to see here. What a performance from the kid on either end.
Sean Connery playing both shots.
The win for the Rams there. All right, Triple Hot Play nominees. Triple Hot Play presented by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health, now offering injury centers. Walk in without an appointment at multiple convenient locations. Rely on the region's leader in orthopedic care to get you back in the game. I'm going back to Peaburg. Don Bracco hitting Blake Paulus for the 57-yard game-winning touchdown against Parkland. We know Peaburg can run the ball. Passing, they can some years they haven't been as good. That's a heck of a connection right there, and a game winner for the Liners.
Northern Lehigh is 1-0 thanks to Anthony Hanna hitting this walk-off field goal. The Bulldogs taking care of business against Executive, winning 17-14 in the final seconds. Anthony Hanna, that is my triple I.
Let's go to Fleetwood and Kutztown. This was a back-and-forth affair in the first half before Bo Fegley decided to play a game of tag, and let's just say he didn't lose this one. Fumbles the ball at first and then avoiding every single blue jersey on the field, and there goes number 3 straight to the house for 6. This gave the Tigers a 10-point lead, and they didn't look back after that, winning this one by 20 over Kutztown.
It makes this Tiger alum proud. And I'm going to stay in the Bethlehem region. Freedom's David Moore, 87 yards, touchdown catch in the win versus Downingtown West. Kind of hard to start your season much better than that.
An impressive win for Patriots, another one of the big winners tonight. As always, you can head to the Big Ticket Facebook page. You can vote on that all throughout the weekend. We will have the winners revealed on a Monday. Lads, you have fun tonight?
Let's do it again next Friday.
Let's do it 12 more times here over the fall. For Zach, Nick, Johnny, I'm Dan. Thank you so much. It's been the season premiere of the Big Ticket. Talk to you next week.
You've been watching a 69 Sports presentation of the Big Ticket, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, part of Jefferson Health, the Service Electric Network, and Toyota.